world and
I
crying.
don't know, to me, he always, I mean, season 4, like, yes, determined, but to me, he always seems sad as well. You know, that moment when he was, like, yelling at Hanji, like, give me another solution or whatever. Like, he always seemed very sad to me. Like, looking at him always made me really sad. And, of course, there's that the determination there that never ends.
I think determination, especially in this even though he thought of the solution before this episode, I'm sure. I think that determination exactly started from this episode.
Like, you think it started after he saw what he saw?
I don't think he was 100% sure exactly what he's gonna do. I think just going to this island, like across the sea, and being with his friends and seeing all of that, I think that's when he was sure.
See, I don't think, I don't know how to explain this. I don't think there was ever a choice, let's say, for him to be sure or to not be sure. It's because what we have found out this season, kind of, and who Eren is, and everything that has happened, what they mentioned at the beginning of the show, what did Mikasa say? Like, we thought Eren has changed, but what if we were wrong? So, like, because again, all of this has kind of been set in stone, and Eren remains, again, I think that's one of the like better ironies of the show, let's say, with Eren, who always speaks about freedom. He is incredibly stuck. Like, he is in a prison of his own mind that he cannot escape. So, like, yes, we say this was a choice, but was any of this a choice? He says, like, I don't even know when it began. Like, did it begin, you know, when they attacked? Did it begin when I was born? Did it, like, it doesn't matter. It was just always there. You know, it was always like this, the thing that doesn't even have a beginning or the end. It's always a continual cycle with him. So, like,
I think he was trying to do other stuff before this. I think he did wanted to talk. I think he did wanted to, I mean, we saw scenes in, like, first part of the, I think it was the first part of season 4, when they did try to do this and that, you know, to make some alliances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think this was something he always planned to do. I think he wanted to do different things.
But again, I think by his nature, he has stuck to do this because, okay, we have seen them in this episode. They went to, this was a flashback for when they went to Marley. And I don't know, again, why I never expected, because we had that, like, in the beginning of season 4, we had those, like, 4 episodes where we didn't have them. So that was, like, a big hole that we missed from them. Then we saw them, and then, like, we never, like, had flashbacks at that time.
We did one
What
episode, but it was
a bit.
like just one episode.
Yeah,
a bit
but,
of
like, we never really saw any of that, you know? And, like, again, I don't know why I didn't necessarily think that the show is, like, it's eventually gonna, like, show us that time when they came and, like, when they saw this. And all of that happened after, you know, he already kind of made the plan with Flock. Like, he said to Flock, I'm gonna kill them all. He said the plan also to Historia and everyone, and then he came there. And he oh my god, it's fucking a peril to Gabby, I swear. But, like, he came and he saw the people, and he saw that they're just, like, in paradise. Like, there are good people, there are bad people, there are awful humans, there are great humans. Like, it's nothing different. Like, he always viewed them as enemies, and they're just human. Much like Gabby, who saw it when she came here, but, like, unlike Gabby, he cannot escape his, how do you call that? He cannot escape his predisposition of having to do this. Like, having to achieve freedom, which entails killing everyone and everything. And again, it always comes back to the same thing, which was said in this episode. He is completely doing this for his friends. Like, he is completely, it's not about his people. It's not about the people of the subjects of Ymir. It's not about them. It is about his friends. It is about that group of people. He wants them to be free, and he wants them to be happy. Like, that is a very big motivator. And again, it comes back to what Mikasa said at the beginning. Like, we thought Eren has changed. But, like, what if we were wrong? What if he actually never changed? And I think we also said this a few episodes before, I don't know. But, like, how he hasn't really developed. He hasn't really grown. He is just stuck in his still childhood-like anger that just now translates to someone else. And I think the show did it very well, because at the end of episode season 1, right? That's when he said, like, I'm gonna kill them all, when the Titans broke out and Hans was scaring him when his mother was killed. And he was, of course, referring to the Titans who just like broke through the walls, killed his mother. And now those same lines are repeated at the end here, but he's looking at humans, So he's still very much stuck in his own ways and he cannot escape them at all. And he thinks the future is just set in stone. Everything is set in stone. And it's like he has created this warp himself, basically, where he's stuck. That's why he is so fucking tragic to me, because he cannot escape himself. Like, for a person who talks so much about freedom, he just has never been. He's never been free. They're good people here. It's like, it's nothing different, but I have to do this. He has faced this, he has seen it, but he cannot escape from himself. That's where their paths of Gabby and Eren diverge so much. They did a really great job of showing that.
We had a scene with historian Eren that I think was very important as well in this episode. In that scene, we also saw pretty much Eren's where Eren stands and his perspective and all of that. When he told her his plan.
Yeah.
And then she started screaming at him that how wrong that is, and how there is so many innocent people there, which is
that are gonna die not knowing
fucking
why.
True, exactly.
Much like his mother.
Much like his mother died.
I think the show reiterates so many times how wrong this is of Eren to do, because, like, again, I cannot tell you the amount of times I have read, well, like, Eren saw his mother being killed and like he saw this and that and this, and so
those are exactly reasons why he should not do this in my mind.
Yeah, it goes into complete opposite direction from me. And people say that, I'm like, exactly, he saw that. Why would he want to do this to other people? Why would anyone want to do this to other people?
To see their mothers die as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so fucking horrible. Yeah. I think Eren knows that. Eren knows perfectly fine that they're horrible people, but he thinks that that's the only way in his mind to stop this hatred. Is that the word? Hatred?
I think that's what he said.
Yeah. To stop this hatred.
The cycle of violence and hatred, I think that's
towards
what he said,
his people. I think that's, for me, that's the reason why he doesn't want to stop. Yes, he loves our guys, but like any normal human would stop with killing other people. I mean,
they wouldn't begin this at all.
Well, not maybe some would. Maybe some would be so fucking angry that they would want to kill other humans, but I don't think it's just like the hatred that he feels because what has been done to them, I think he just hates the whole world. Yeah. And he thinks everything is cruel and everything is horrible and nothing will ever stop. And maybe in this way he will give his family and his friends a chance to live a normal life and to be happy. And I think that's what he wants.
We said this before, but like looking at Eren, he is not moved like he was in the first 3 seasons. I mean, before this whole thing happens, when he, I guess, kissed Historia's hand, right? That was the turning point. But like before that, it was always very visible with how much anger he spoke and how much that fueled him. And now there's like, honestly, you can't look at him and say there is like anger at him, like looking at Marley's or anything like that. It is just more of a, let's sort of say, helplessness. Like, this is all you can do. He's not taking any joy in it. He's not taking revenge on people, but he's like, the way the world works, the way that the world is, doesn't allow freedom. And like, it's never gonna allow freedom as long as humans are alive. The freedom that he speaks of is unattainable. And it always comes back to that in his vision of it and how he cannot escape it, and so he has to destroy the world. But like, again, it's not about revenge for like certain type of people or whatever, which is always like how it differentiates from Flock and him. For like, let's say Eren is very much opposite to Flock. Eren is very much let's say selfish in his nature. He is very much selfish because he wants to protect those few people that he loves, and Flock he wants to protect his people. He wants to protect subjects of Ymir, and he doesn't care about innocent life outside of that. We had a kid pickpocketed Sasha and everything. I really loved that scene with Levi and how they helped him. And then Eren was looking at these people who have lost their homes in a war, and they have been displaced, and he is looking at them and he is, I guess, relating. They have had their freedom taken away from them. So he cries there as well. That scene was very interesting because then Mikasa comes. One more fucking thing I did not expect to be addressed, let's say, because it has always, I mean, from Eren's side at least, has always been, let's say, unconfirmed what his feelings are towards Mikasa. I mean, we had this conversation, ironically enough, I think we talked about it, like in between ourselves a few weeks back, about Eren and Mikasa and like how that whole thing is gonna play out. And I thought like that at the end, again, I'm always like everything that I think is gonna happen, like pushing to the end. I'm like the last episode. It's like I think those last 20 minutes are gonna have everything fucking in it. I thought that it was never gonna, let's say, be addressed, like his feelings for her. I didn't think it was ever going to be addressed until maybe that last moment when he's like about to die and then he is like faced with regrets and like he tells her something along the lines like, I wish we could have just lived happily ever after, something like that. Like that's how I thought the show might do it, because this show is very much about love. It doesn't necessarily revolve a lot about romance, and especially because of the world that they live in, and especially because of who Eren is as a person. I kind of always understood why they never gave us, let's say, an insight of his feelings towards her, because he has always had the weight of the world on his shoulders, and sort of it was in my mind taken away from him, that like much like all his freedoms, but like that freedom to just be a boy who likes a girl. And so I thought it was never gonna necessarily be addressed. We had it like for a second in season 1. When like John liked Mikasa and like liked her long hair or something, and then Eren was like, you should cut your hair or something, and I was like, boy, okay. But like we had
I think we also had it at the end of season 2.
That's what I was say. We had a very kind of, in my mind, for me at least, a very clear indication for that, because like who the fuck says to someone like, I will wrap this scarf around you forever? Who the fuck says that? Platonically.
I don't know how to explain their relationship. It's kind of weird in my opinion. I can't say I even thought that it was gonna be addressed in this kind of way. I always as well thought that it was gonna be addressed exactly that way, like at the end.
By some like regret
like,
or something.
But like it's not like a regret. It's like, I wish we could have been there. I wish we could have just lived our lives and something like that. But like even in that point, I didn't necessarily think it was gonna be openly like romantic. I think everybody could interpret it their way. I never thought it was gonna be completely confirmed like as romantic feelings that he has, because like I don't think that boy has been in love with her the way that I don't think he functions that way, at least not that like I've seen it. You know, I think she has always been his family. I would say that he would, if the thing has been different, I think they would have family and that they would be forever, you know, like they would.
No, I get what you mean, but I do think that I don't think he has been in love with her, but because of who Eren is as a person.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
There's no place, there is no, again, that's what makes it so sad, like because there is no time for that for him, because he has this set goal to achieve, to do. That's another way how he is stuck. He can't even let himself be just a human. He's just like a means to an end. Like he it's like he is meant to just do this. Like he can't even live his own life. And so that's why I never thought that it was necessarily going to be addressed, because he's never going to give himself the time or the space to just be that. And that's why I thought like at the end when he's dying, it's just going to be like a regret.
And that's what I meant. I always thought that their feelings for each other are kind of similar. Meaning they both love each other the most in this world. And they would want everything with each other. But because of completely different personality.
I'm not looking forward to seeing... I mean, I am.
You're going to have enough time to not look forward to anything.
Yes, but like I think I'll have enough time to necessarily prepare for it.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And enough time to rewatch finally.
Yeah, definitely.
Completely enough time for
last
rewatch.
Time we had a month. This time we have a year. More than a year, possibly. Yeah. So I definitely do believe the next time we see you guys, we're going to rewatch this whole show.
And then maybe...
it's going to be even, I think, more
I'm telling you, because I started the rewatch. I'm like season 1. But like every episode is 10 times worse. Like the episode where Mikasa thinks Eren is dead. That's like now in hindsight with everything that has happened, it's like 50 times fucking worse than I've ever thought would be.
Honestly, I'm very excited to see whole everything.
I'm very excited to see the conclusion fucking finally. And to see how they wrap it up. Again, there is nothing here that makes me concerned about like a direction they're taking. I feel like they're gonna stick the landing, and I really want them to stick the landing because I think the show for me has been perfect. Like everything that it's telling has been perfect, and I just really want them to stick the landing because far too many shows just
like
don't.
The thing I wanted to say is that like I've been disappointed too many times, and I know better to not
be hopeful,
to not be scared. So I'm not 100% confident, and nothing so far have made me concerned that like it's not gonna be great.
But like
horrible.
The thing
is,
what
horrible.
do you think would be like, what would you be unsatisfied with what type of ending?
I know, we'll see. I'm gonna tell you if I see it. I want every character to get the ending it deserves, not like just our main 3 characters.
But the thing is, like, the ending they deserve, everyone deserves happiness and everything, but like it's not.
Depends. We'll see.
I don't think it's achievable for
Why
anything.
not?
Well, because of the trauma they
have.
If
he deletes their memories.
I don't think that he's gonna delete their memories.
If he does, and the whole world is, but like
yeah,
that doesn't happen because
again that still doesn't work because the world remembers.
Exactly,
so like, why would our guys be the only ones to forget?
Exactly.
I mean, he mentioned that to his story. I thought it was interesting. Like, you know, I could because you're not fine with this, whatever. I can erase your memory, and then you would not have anything to suffer about, whatever. And so like they mentioned that potential of deleting memories, but like. I don't understand like how that works because the world remembers and he can't delete the memories of the world.
In his mind, if he kills the whole world.
Yeah, I guess he thinks
if he kills the whole world, then only Mikasa and Levi remember, which is horrible for me.
I guess we're gonna have to see how they, I always say they. There's one fucking person behind this. That's kind of still incredible to me. We're gonna have to see how Isayama concludes this. We'll see in 2023.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much
for watching. This is gonna be a bigger break than we're used to.
In a year, let's say.
Yeah.
Bye.